ONSIDE. Make some noise right now!
Enter! Podcast and Chill Network in association with Grandeur presents the Road to 1 Million Subscribers event on the 30th of July 2023 at SUNBET AREANA in Pretoria. Lineup includes Kabza the Small, MacG, Musa Keys, Mpop Pops, Celestine Dooley, Eugene Koza, and Robert Boy. This fun-filled event will include comedy, music performances, as well as a live audience conversation with MacG, Sorpen Duka, and the Ghost Lady. Tickets are now available on Cricket from 295 rands. Doors open at 6 p.m. Food and drinks sold at the venue. Come and join a milestone celebration of Black excellence with Podcast and Chill Network.
Hey, welcome back.
No Mukhodu Monday.
No, it feels good to be back, man.
Even Marco dressed up for your return.
Yeah. But I gotta say, last week's episode was amazing. Shout out to you guys, man. It was dope.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was really dope.
Yeah, we try sometimes.
I'm actually dressed up for off-season. I'm just hoping that players catch on, because when you sign for a club, the players used to come in a suit, sign for the club, and hold a shirt at the stadium.
Oh, yeah.
Now they're all in jeans. Guys, effort.
Push it up. Push it up
Have
a
you ever
notch.
thought about being a pundit?
He is one on the squad.
I'm one here now. But I think, as a kid, I wanted to be a commentator. I wanted to be a commentator.
Laduma!
And I think I used to scream like, Shearer!
Yeah.
You know, just because there were those great moments for commentators just screaming Shearer's name.
So, do you think commentators actually almost like script what they say, or do you think it comes top of head? And funny enough, I actually do work with a commentator. There's a lot of prep that goes into it, obviously, in terms of stats and whatever. But you take somebody like Peter Drury, for instance.
I think he's the
Goat.
example.
The GOAT.
So he definitely has some scripting. And then I think he has like a mind map of notes. Because if you think of when Roma beat Barcelona in the Champions League a few seasons ago.
The 8-2.
No. They came back from, they won their home game 2-0, and then they had lost the away game 3-1, and they went through on away goals
I remember,
against Barcelona. And he had this whole thing about Roman dominance, like coming to Rome, in like from the ancient Roman thing. A Greek, because it was Costas Manulus was the striker for Roma at the time, and he says a Greek god in Rome, you know, like, so he was playing on the ancient city of Rome and the idea of a Greek striker and stuff. There's no way that's off the cuff completely, but he makes it sound so natural that I don't think it's fully scripted, because it's, you know, how would he predict that Costas Manulus is going to score a goal? But I think he has a mind map of ideas where he's like, okay, if we do have the Greek striker score a goal, he has some.
Costas
ideas
is
like
a defender, man. He's not a striker.
not a striker. You're right. I think he scored a headed goal.
Yeah, it was
as
the
a
last
defender
minute,
in
yeah.
Roma. Yeah, something like that.
Not Baba Mteto. He doesn't. Oh, he speaks about the N1. Oh, snap. Welcome to ONSIDE. Sorry. We digress. Ballers, welcome to ONSIDE. Another episode. The best soccer podcast. Is it soccer or football?
Football. Football is a...
No, it's European.
We as South Africans cannot decide on soccer and football. America sticks by their guns. They say soccer. They don't care who corrects them. They keep saying soccer. The Europeans love correcting everyone on the term soccer because they only use football. They completely reject the word soccer. Here in South Africa, we use it interchangeably however we want. We've got the PSL. We're saying soccer.
Premier Soccer League. It's not the Premier Football
we call
League.
it football.
Yeah, you're right. Actually.
You know, so we just use it interchangeably. Yeah.
All right. So we are ONSIDE. Soccer, football, no maganjani. We are here Mabena is back.
Yebo! My break.
Marco is here looking snazzy. And see, I didn't forget you today.
Yeah, no.
Because last week I did.
Yeah, you did. Eh? I thought I was not part of the show last week.
Zwara is here, aka Super Sub. Gentlemen, let's get into the shits.
Yes.
Are you guys okay?
Yeah.
Survival.
Why wouldn't we be?
Healed?
Healed? Come on.
Or were you expecting it?
We were expecting it, bro. Nothing except a Man City win. That's what I was expecting, bro.
I don't know what I was expecting.
It's the hope that kills you.
It's the hope. It's the hope. But I was saying earlier, it felt like a school PE teacher game where the under 16s were playing against the under 14s, where it looked like you were never gonna win, but then the coach would like take someone off or give you a penalty or whatever, just to give the under 14s a chance, just to give them that bit of hope, and then.
But
nothing.
And so the last time you were here,
Yeah.
you spoke about the boredom that Man City is bringing to football. Mm-hmm. Did it feel like that on Saturday?
No, it was actually quite exciting because I don't think they played to their full potential because I was expecting us to get hammered.
That was that was not them at their best, actually.
You understand what I'm saying? So I was expecting us to get hammered, and the penalty that we got, which I don't think was a penalty, gave us a glimmer of hope. And if you check the last 15 minutes, like we had two chances: Varane, Scott McTominay.
Yeah.
So it made the game exciting because like we were on the edge. Like maybe one goal, we go to extra time. So it wasn't like
No, there was
as convincing.
It's the under 14 analogy that he just did.
100%. They weren't as dominant as like when they played against Real Madrid, where like by halftime the game was already done.
Yeah, I think feeling hopeful as a Man United fan now that, you know, we ran them close and no one's run them close like that. You feel hopeful. But they weren't at their best.
No, they weren't.
And I think as much as Ten Hag's done a brilliant job in the build up to this, there's still lots of questionable decisions from the manager's point of view. I think the whole world can see Wout Weghorst is...
Are we going back there again?
We're going to go back there again.
Are we going back?
How is he coming on to save your game in the last few minutes of an FA Cup final?
That's when I knew that fixture is
But
gone.
what do you mean? Who is he meant to put in? Who else can you put in?
Just take a player off. Don't even bring another player on. Just play with 10 men.
10 men.
No, I think what he was hoping for...
Even with him on, it still feels like you're playing with 10 men.
I think he was hoping for long balls. The last 10 minutes.
And they wanted to put crosses into the box. I think that's not even the main questionable decision because he didn't start the game. I think Jadon Sancho's performances have shown that he shouldn't, like he has a moment or a glimmer of quality here and there. And it's not good enough. And I think all Man United fans will agree now is like, we know Alejandro Garnacho's young. Yeah. But how is he not starting a football game? Because the game changed when he came on. He had potential.
Yeah.
He bent one just past
how
the
close
post.
it was?
That
Very
was
close.
Inches.
Yeah.
And that's 2-2.
He plays without fear, bro.
No fear, pace, skill, and you have to wonder, Alex Ferguson, would he have him on the pitch
No.
as a starter?
No.
Where do you
don't
think,
think
the game was won, like tactically, by Man City?
The game was won on...
De Gea's mistakes.
No.
Misreading of situations.
I think the game was won tactically on a single player from Germany being so phenomenally good.
Okay, Gundogan.
And that's what happened with City. You can close down all the players. There's just gonna be one that's gonna like have that individual brilliance in a game, and that's
But
it.
how good has he been for the run into the season?
Exactly. Towards the
we
end of
talked
the season.
about it, I think.
He's playing his best football I've seen like in a while.
Is it him signing out? Because there's talks that I think his contract is expiring now, end of June.
Yeah,
He
there's
hasn't signed yet.
He hasn't signed yet.
yeah.
Is it him
And
raising
you
his
know his neighbors with Pep? The neighbors.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder how those brides go.
Yeah, I'm sure he gets a pep talk one or two before the game.
He gets a pep hope. It's. I mean, if you're looking at it now, there's obviously prospects of maybe him going to a Real Madrid
Yeah.
because a Real Madrid is most likely, I think.
Is it Madrid or Barca? I think
Barca is all the
offered.
rumors.
Barca,
But
yeah.
I think Barcelona, we have to see if they're going to be allowed to do any business because of the financial fair
Money.
play regulation. It's currently looking like they can't do anything.
Is it?
And their priority is now Messi. Messi's father came out today saying that Messi wants to join Barcelona. He wants to go back to the club. Now they just have to see if Barcelona can make it happen. If it doesn't happen with Barcelona, he's obviously going to go to Saudi for 400 million euros a year.
Insane.
Is that like the new
Chinese league.
Chinese Super League?
Yeah, I know.
Remember Oscar,
Tevez.
who's the other guy who used to play for Chelsea? The black guy who used to play for
Oh, well,
Chelsea.
you had Hulk first.
Demba Ba.
Demba Ba. There was another one man that went to the Chinese league as well. I just forgot
What
his
position
name.
did he play?
He was a midfielder.
Yeah, it's Oscar Ramirez.
Ramirez, there we go. He's from Brazil.
Yeah.
It's like they just throwing ridiculous money. Like, do you know what Benzema's Instagram is gonna look like going forward?
Sure.
Yeah, aren't they building up to bid for the World Cup? They are, eh? They want to bid for the
but
World
still,
Cup.
it's still a farmers league. We spoke about it the last time. Not Corral when the half season, and then he's like 2 goals away from the top goal scorer. Like, it's a retirement village. It's like the USA. It's like the MLS.
You talk like you watch, bro. You don't even watch that league.
I did. I do watch highlights of Pito there. No, Pito is there.
On the lower division, though.
Yes. Well, he promoted the team that
Well,
he
now
coached,
he
the
is, yeah.
Ahli. Yes.
Pizza's in the Saudi Arabian league.
Yes.
Yeah, the second division, though.
There.
Oh, I didn't know that.
First division. He promoted the team. He won the league.
Yes, he won. He went there to the second division
Yeah,
and
he
promoted
went to
them.
the second division.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So it's like, okay, cool.
I think more people watch highlights for Saudi Arabian league than any other league in the world.
No, for sure.
Because
Because
Cristiano Ronaldo
Ronaldo,
posts
yeah,
it on his
definitely.
Instagram. That's the only reason anyone watches it. He's got more followers on Instagram than all the football clubs combined. So that's the only reason people are watching
Yeah,
Saudi
Super
League.
Sub. I wanted to ask you, man.
yeah.
Man City, what has changed this season, formation-wise? Because I don't know, but something just clicked this season, and it's all come into place very nicely.
I think it's the inverting of John Stones. Because if you look at the fixture against Real Madrid, John Stones has he had a free play. Like, Madrid players did not know who to mark because of that. I think Pep there did the number there.
So the formation it's
3-1,
3-1,
and
the
then
one
you-
being
John Stones.
John Stones.
Yeah.
yes. And then when they defend, he goes back.
He goes back.
Okay.
When they attack, he's there. So I think that formation, if you look at the fixture against Real Madrid, and I think I said it the previous episode, your wingers like Jack Grealish and Bernardo, they go wide. And when they go wide, they
Your
open
winners
up.
or your fullbacks?
Your wingers.
The wingers,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, they go wide. And then when they go wide, they open the midfield. Because now if you look in that fixture, Toni Kroos and Modric were always trying to cover the space. When they're trying to cover the space, they're opening up in the middle. And that's how Madrid lost that fixture.
But don't you think that, okay, we can say that it's a masterstroke from Pep and give him credit. He clearly knows what he's doing. But was it not a move out of necessity? Pep clearly didn't trust any of his fullbacks. He allowed João Cancelo to go off to Bayern Munich. He didn't trust him.
yeah,
Nathan Ake hasn't seen the game time that we expected as a left
Laporte.
back.
yeah.
So looks like it was a move out of necessity to create a back three. And John Stones, he didn't trust defensively, so he's like, okay, well, you'll be my holding midfielder.
And he
so that
also
was a
sold-
move.
He also
out of
sold
necessity.
Zinchenko as well.
It could be.
Beginning
it
of
could
the
be.
Yes, he sold Zinchenko. So, but now, are they going to stay with this strategy? Because the rumor is Rafael Guerrero, whose contract's up in Dortmund, who's a phenomenally good left fullback.
Yeah.
Fantastic player. He's rumored to be getting an offer from Manchester City now. So they're going to have a world-class left fullback coming into the squad. João Cancelo might come back into the squad.
I doubt it. I think he's gone.
I think
Cancelo's gone.
that
He's
relationship
finished.
has died.
Yeah.
But didn't he buy Phillips? Why doesn't he play Phillips? The John Stone role.
Yeah, true.
Look, I don't think Philip, his confidence is, I think it's really low. So, and usually, I mean, when you move to a new club, it takes a season or, a season to get used to the system. Unless you're a Haaland, you can just come and score goals.
For me, that's the difference.
Yeah.
This season to last.
You reckon? You reckon, bro?
Well, how important is a number 9 to any team winning a Champions League, a Premier League, an FA Cup, or all three? So a really top-class number 9 is so important. Even the last few years of Sergio Aguero weren't at his peak.
Yes.
So Man City have had a phenomenally good side for 5-6 years, and they haven't had a number 9 until now, like a really top-class number 9.
But if you look at all the big games, he wasn't pivotal, Haaland.
No,
Like
but
if you look at the FA Cup, he didn't do much. The Real Madrid,
Champions
both,
League.
both games.
But that's a thing with
You
City.
can't say he didn't do much because, I mean, all his runs make a difference. Even the goal that came with Gundogan, it came from him. You know what I mean? So if he's not scoring, he is playing an instrumental role in creating as well.
I think Michael Owen even said that was the best part of his game as a striker, was his ability to make space for the rest of the team beyond his finishing ability, especially when it came with age, where he didn't have the pace that he had in the early stages of his career. So it is a skill, but I agree with you, he's not been a pivotal player in the big games. Not necessarily. But the confidence that came with the squad when you're winning games 5-6-0 because he can bang in 3-4 in a game, the confidence that comes from that.
And also the defense from the other
From the
team is
opposition.
scared.
Yeah.
Yes.
So all
Just
attention's on
his
him.
presence.
His presence. Yeah.
They want to keep him at bay.
Yeah.
I think it's just general squad balance, right? Is that it's if you have an imbalance in the squad at any point, anywhere in the squad, if there's an imbalance, there's a vulnerability. You're not going to win as many football games.
And that's why I like Anthony. A lot of people said Anthony didn't have a good season this year.
I think he had a pretty decent season.
He brings balance. When he's on the field, the team has shape. I like it when Anthony.
Yeah, I think he had a decent season. Pity about the injury that he got in the game against Chelsea. I think maybe if that did not happen, we could be talking other things.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm not so sure. I'm
Are you not convinced with him?
Not
You're
convinced
not
at all.
with Anthony.
Great skill. Wand of a left foot.
Yeah.
I think poor application,
Decision making.
poor decision making, poor reading of the game.
Yeah, but he's
Maybe
young,
it'll
man.
adapt. Maybe it'll change.
And his attitude to the game, he throws tantrums a lot, instead of just playing ball.
Passion. That's passion.
Brazilian.
That's passion.
Must
Chief.
play ball.
I don't
Brazilian,
like
not
spinning around in circles with no purpose for no reason. What you doing, mate? What you doing? Really? There's no one here. Just
The English
turn
are not
around.
having that, eh?
No one having that.
Direct. No flair. They don't want flair.
Why are we doing this?
So, gents, at this current juncture, this past weekend, you were Inter. What are you thinking?
Park the bus for as long as I can.
But you must go first. You can't just park.
No, you can. You park the bus until such a time, because if you check with City, the game they play, it's high press, right? By the 70th, 80th minute, they start to get tired, which is when Pep usually does the changes. So you try hang in there, 60, 70 minutes, park the bus, and then from there, you just go for the job.
I agree with what Mac is saying.
So-
and if you look at the game against Manchester United, Rodri, who's our engine, at like 70th, 75th minute, you could tell that the man is finished.
Because it's demanding.
It's demanding. Our high press is demanding, obviously. And I like what Magava is saying. If Inter is to beat...
That's why you pay me the big bucks, ne?
wow, okay.
I agree with you just in the sense that that's how an Italian team wins pretty much anything.
They're gonna park the
they
bus.
won a World Cup final parking the bus.
Yeah.
You know, Inter won their last Champions League final parking a bus. The Italians are very good at parking the bus and winning football games somehow. And then, like you say, they still need to score a goal. Got Dzeko and Lukaku. You can play both of them. And
Martinez as well.
Yeah. But you can play, I'm talking about height, size.
yeah.
You can play Lukaku and Dzeko up the pitch, and you can play 9 defenders or 8 defenders and a keeper. You know, and you can just defend, hoof the ball up. Who's going to win the ball? Ruben Diaz or Dzeko or Lukaku in terms of a ball in the air? You have to fancy one of them to flick it on. You know, Lukaku might just run past you. But I think we're all in dreamland thinking that's going to happen, you know.
But for City, the
Lukaku's
key
going
to
to be a
that game...
stallion on Saturday.
Do you think Pep's gonna fear seeing her in the? Is she gonna do what Kim Kardashian did to Arsenal this season? Kim Kardashian shows up, the season falls apart.
She's to blame.
Sucker disappears.
No, Megan must pull through, eh?
Megan's gonna pull through.
So
That's funny.
I'm saying for City to win that game, they need to kill it in the first half.
Yeah.
But
2-3 goals up.
But
you know it's solid.
You're an Inter, like Marco was saying, and I think what MacGyver was alluding to, in that if Inter almost like go with the approach that Mourinho had when he played not even the final against Bayern, but the semi-final against Barcelona, whereby you're like, okay, cool, sit back, come, hoof it up, get a goal. That's because it's a once-off game. This,
Yeah, for sure.
and it's Champions League. It's not like
No, the
FA Cup.
Italians are good at parking the bars, and I mean
And I don't want
defensively they're
City
good.
to win the treble. Oh,
Yeah, but we're dreaming if we think they're not going to.
Oh, they're going to
They're
net.
going to.
Did
I
you hear
can
what
feel
Beckham
it,
said?
bro.
Beckham.
Yeah.
It's like there's no team that's gonna come close to their treble-winning team because their team was like homegrown players. I'm like, how they're already making excuses now.
BS, man. That's BS.
I don't think City's going to win the treble.
Sure.
I don't think so.
Are you saying that for views or what?
What views?
But you know how it goes, right? It's the other way.
He wants it. He actually wants it. So his prediction always goes the other way.
Say that again, Len.
So this is the one that I'm actually going to get right. I don't think City is going to win the
Why is
Champions
that? Why
League.
is that?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, listen to me now. Do not put money on Inter Milan to win the Champions League final. It's ruined.
Yeah, no.
Bet slip Inter Milan to win the Champions League.
Why do you think
On penalties, actually.
penalties?
Yes.
So why do you think City won't win the treble?
I don't think they've got the mental,
So they choke.
like other teams that we know, yes. I don't think they're going to win the Champions League.
Yeah, but this City team is a different beast this year, man.
It is, man.
They so confident, bro. They can. Do you know, like the last season, the season now, ne? For 14 games, they were only losing for 13 minutes. The rest of the time, they were winning.
Yes.
I heard some crazy stat that in the FA Cup, they only conceded one goal, which was against you guys.
But listen to that. Is that not dominance?
You know what we need?
They wiped Real Madrid.
You know what we need as Man United
Convincingly.
fans?
Convincingly.
As Man United fans now, there's only one thing that'll help us. The guys who paid Hansi Krunia. We need to find them, pay Man City players off, get them to throw it.
What's his name?
I can't remember.
What is his name?
The guy who paid Hansi, come up with more Zak there.
Yeah.
Give it to some Man City players, a Haaland, De Bruyne, and Ilkay Gundogan.
Or we can speak to even Tony. He knows.
Ivan Toney, shame, man.
man.
How long is he not playing for?
8 months.
8 months.
8 months, man.
I'd buy him, actually, eh? I'd buy
I
him.
rate him.
I'd buy him.
No, he's a good striker.
Yeah.
He's a good
Now that Harry Kane's going to Real Madrid.
You reckon?
Yeah,
Benzema's
Benzema's gone, so they're gonna go for
They're
Real
getting
Madrid.
Kane.
Let's see.
I think the likelihood is that I think Kane will not want to play for an English team.
Because of his loyalty to Spurs.
Yes.
But he
he's
also wants
already
to break the record.
If he wants to, I think there's a couple things. First of all, he seems settled in England. I don't know if he wants to move his family to Spain. I don't know if he cares for golf courses like Gareth Bale cared for the Spanish golf courses. He thought, I'll go to Madrid and play some golf. I think his family seems quite settled in England. I think he wants to stay there again. Maybe he wants the all-time Premier League goal scorer record as well. But with Benzema leaving, how many number 9s do you see walking around in world football that Real Madrid can go for?
There isn't any.
Julian Alvarez, maybe.
It's not going anywhere.
Quality.
It's not
Really
going
hard
anywhere.
to get him.
Yeah. Who else is there to buy? As a straight out number 9.
The Nigerian guy from Napoli?
Osmani.
Osmani, ne?
Yeah, Victor. Is
Osim Hen.
Yeah, Victor Osmani.
He's quality.
Yeah.
He is, but in terms of the hype or the PR behind Harry Kane, if you are Real Madrid, who do you go for?
For me,
Look, I think there's no doubt they're going to go for him.
Yeah.
Whether he's going to come or not.
The thing is, Daniel Levy, that's who we should be asking if he wants him to go or not, because that guy doesn't care.
He's a Scrooge, that man. Hey?
Or are they going to say to Ancelotti, we've been chasing Kylian Mbappe. If you can tell us that we can convert Mbappe to a number 9, he's our number 9.
Not going to happen.
Yeah,
You know, Kylian Mbappe can be a number 9?
No, but they're not going to lose Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe in the same season.
Who, PSG?
Yeah.
Well, look, Messi is going, definitely.
Neymar as well. Neymar
To Man United?
No. He's
No,
probably
but
going to go to Newcastle.
apparently that's what he said. He said if he's going to move to the
I
Premier
believe
League.
that as
we'll
well.
move to United.
He'll only play for one team in England, and it's Man United.
Yes, that's what he
Where are we
said.
going to play him?
Do you need him though?
Yeah, where are we going to play him?
I don't think he suits Ten Hag at all. I don't think it's part of the mentality or the methodology of the club to bring in Neymar. But if you want to win trophies next season and guarantee yourself top 4, Neymar's not a bad move.
Where do you play him?
Left wing, Rashford 9. Who do you want to keep on the pitch, Anthony or Jadon Sancho?
Hey, you're not wrong today. Eh?
I'm unhappy. If you can't tell how unhappy I am about the FA Cup final, I'm unhappy.
Because you were very hopeful.
Yes. But you see, that's what I would do, bro. I'd get Neymar, right? Not a bad idea. Get Ivan Toney, so he can help us with the last
But he's not with the last half of the season.
half of the season, you know? Because we'll have a lot of games. Remember, we played the most games this season.
I think
with
Man
Vegost.
United, yeah, I think Man United have one thing that on their mind, and they've got the right thing on their mind, is Harry Kane.
Yeah. If we get Harry Kane, we win the league.
Huh?
Yeah. That team is solid, bro. All we're missing is just
No.
goal scorer.
I'm not disputing the solidity of the team. It's the winning of the league that I'm like, huh?
Yeah. If you check, bro, with the team that we have, what Ten Hag was able to do this season is phenomenal, bro. Like, I'm a Man United supporter, and the past 5 years have been abysmal. Like, terrible. But for him to win the League Cup, the only other team it looks like in England which won a cup, other than Man City, with that squad.
If Martial scored 30 goals this season across not only 30 goals, like Haaland scored 36, across 28 games that Harry Kane scored in 28 different fixtures?
Yeah.
If you add up those 30 goals across 28 different fixtures with Man United's defensive record this season, I'd love to see the stats on the points.
Exactly.
Because you guys had a very, very solid defense this
Number
season.
one clean sheet,
Don't you
David De Gea.
think? Don't
And
you
with those faults,
Exactly.
you know what I mean?
With 30 goals with Harry Kane.
Yeah, that's
And
what
just to add, ne, if you check towards the end of the season when we lost Casemiro due to the ban and he got injured, I think as well, we started losing points. If he was on the pitch, that would have made the difference because we were not so far. I remember there's a game we were playing against Crystal Palace. Had we won that, we were so close to Man City.
No, you were.
And then
We
Eze,
mentioned this last week.
Yes.
yeah, and then Eze scored that free kick last minute. Remember?
Yes. But don't you think what Man United needs more than anything is actually a goalkeeper?
I don't think so. He
To-
had the
for
most
me-
clean sheets.
Can I be honest? Yeah, but did he have the most clean sheets or did Varane and Lisandro Martinez have the
Defense
most clean
helps.
But a good goalkeeper needs good
To be
centre backs.
honest,
That's how it is.
I'd keep De Gea there another season, but 100% guarantee for me, I'm a big fan of Dean Henderson. I think he's a top.
What?
I'm a big fan of Dean Henderson. I like Dean Henderson a lot. I don't understand why Nottingham Forest went back into the market for Keylor Navas. Okay, Henderson's now suffering an injury at the end of the season, so it took him out for the rest of the season. But I'm a big fan of Dean Henderson. I think he's a quality goalkeeper. I think he's a young
Not a
English boy,
chance, bro.
and I think he's hungry. And I like him every time I see him on a pitch. I think he reads the game well. I think he collects crosses. He's not the best shot stopper like a De Gea, but he's a good one.
Bro, it
I
reminds me
think
of Ben Foster. There's no
I
difference
think
between
Jason
him.
Steele is a better keeper.
Who?
Jason from Brighton.
Oh, yeah. He's
I think he's a better keeper.
quality. He's quality.
So I think Man United need a goalkeeper more than anything. A goalkeeper and Harry Kane, yes, then you can start talking title.
Yeah. And Ivan Toney would be a nice backup.
What does Arsenal need?
William Saliba to not get injured.
One. Two, a replacement for Granit because I think he's leaving.
Yeah, I think he's leaving.
Is he gonna go?
Yeah,
a back-
Bayern Leverkusen or Bayern Munich. or
Yeah,
Borussia
he's in Germany.
Dortmund.
Yeah,
One
he's
of
in
the
Germany,
three.
yeah.
A backup for Thomas Partey.
But you're getting Declan Rice, you know that.
That would be the replacement of all time, and it is looking promising.
Yeah.
The Declan Rice move.
Yeah.
That would be solid. Because in the midfield, you were shaky at some point.
Are you not convinced by Declan Rice?
No, not that I'm not convinced. I think you need somebody who is mentally very strong. And I think losing Granit Xhaka is actually going to be to our detriment more than anything.
I think in England you need one player on that pitch who you wonder if he's going to break a leg to. Like you think today might be the day that
Everybody
he's
needs like Casemiro.
He almost took out Akanji.
That's my player of the season, by the way.
Akanji
No, Casemiro.
Oh.
Yeah, player of the season, man.
at Man United.
No, holistically.
Are we going to do a Premier League 11?
It's just going to be Man City players, man.
Just
We can do one without Man City players.
Yes.
By all means.
Then it's interesting.
Yeah, then it's interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
I don't
can
know.
do
I
that.
think maybe in defensive positions, maybe you'll get a Lissandro Martinez or Rafael Varane in that squad.
Saliba there as well.
and maybe Saka over Bernardo Silva
No
because just for one reason is Bernardo Silva's a bit annoying. Like all us Portuguese players, we're all a bit they're a little bit annoying to watch, complaining on the pitch. But other than that, it's a full Man City squad.
For Man City, yeah.
Pretty much.
Is it?
And there's no Chelsea players there.
Hey, man. Chelsea had a rough season. You can't even bring them up
Sad,
for best players.
Bro, where are we putting Mount? Because the Mount thing looks like it's going to happen, eh?
That is
For Man
a
United.
peculiar signing for me
Dude,
as well.
very weird, eh?
But look, he did look very good until this season that's just passed.
But where are we playing him?
He might
For
be
who?
backup for Bruno Fernandes. I don't know.
Because
And
apparently
also,
Scott is
Eriksen
going to
as well
Newcastle.
is not so solid anymore. I think like Eriksen is going through a spell now.
yeah.
Christian Eriksen, but
Yeah.
does Mason Mount play as deep as Eriksen's been playing for Man United?
No, not really.
No, I don't think so. So maybe a change in system.
It could be.
Maybe instead of a striker, you play a false nine, like a Mason Mount as a false nine. But surely they must know they need a striker.
Yeah, I know. That one doesn't make sense. And they want 80 million, Chelsea.
Yes.
80 mil.
They need to
Hey,
clear
after
out.
the money they spent,
They need to recoup some.
And when Man United come knocking, you just ask.
I suppose it's a case of like you get certain teams that are on some tip like, okay, cool. You can see where the interest is from. Like if Crystal Palace wanted Declan Rice, for instance, right? They probably like go for 50 mil. But if it's from Arsenal or from Real Madrid or from Bayern, then suddenly the price for some odd reason just goes up.
Bro, I read something. I don't know if this is fake news or not, bro. Did you guys hear that Ronaldo might go back to Newcastle?
Cristiano Ronaldo, but there was lots of rumors of that.
What do you mean
already.
go back?
Yeah,
Well, not
this-
go back,
back
but
to
like
England. Yeah,
go back
like-
to
Oh.
England
Because of
the
Saudi
Newcastle
affiliation.
team, is owned by the
owned by
same-
the PIC.
But Cristiano Ronaldo in a transfer rumor every year there's some weird transfer rumor about
Yeah.
Cristiano Ronaldo. I mean, Diego Simeone had to talk down rumors of him joining Atletico Madrid, and then Diego Simeone said Cristiano Ronaldo won't play here for the same reason. I'll never manage Real Madrid. You can't.
So you guys haven't heard that?
I
he's
came
gonna play
across it
Saudi
because
League.
apparently there was
There's
a clause in
clause,
his
yes.
contract that says if Newcastle
make
gets
it to
top
Champions
form,
League.
he is coming.
Well, it wasn't. It was for a Premier League side that plays Champions League football. I don't think it was specifically Newcastle.
No, remember Newcastle and this team that he's playing in now. It's the same owners, or there's some affiliation.
There's some affiliation, yeah.
No, Newcastle is owned by the Saudis that own it. I think the money, it's like is it the PIC? What is it?
Yeah, like PIC, our PIC.
Our PIC, yes. So it's like almost like owned by the government of Saudi.
But that makes sense, bro, because you know Ronaldo in Champions League.
Look, the beautiful thing about it is they've got very good jacuzzis at Newcastle.
You're gonna go tell Piers Morgan. Gonna go tell Piers Morgan he's never worked for such a bad manager like Eddie Howe in his life because he didn't score 30 goals this season.
I was actually watching a video this past week. I think I did tag you on it.
Yeah, I saw the video.
The
No,
facilities
world
at
class.
Newcastle.
World class.
Yo. So He'll be good. Yeah. He'll be good.
Who was your player of the season, apart from Man City player?
For me, it was Martin Odegaard.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he came through the season.
Yeah, it was Martin Odegaard.
You, Mzara?
Apart from Man City players.
Apart from Man City, yeah, it's difficult, eh? I'll say Harry Kane.
Harry Kane.
Yeah, with the season Tottenham had and scoring so many goals.
Yeah, it was to draw.
Yeah, but that meant nothing at the end of the day, bro.
He had a good season. Harry had a good season himself.
Harry Kane.
Yeah.
For you, Marco?
Player of the season.
Yes, outside of Man City players.
It's a tough one because I'm thinking of a few like Casemiro, Alexander Isak. I thought Isak was is up there.
Callum Wilson as well.
Callum Wilson.
No
Kieran
ways.
Tierney had a phenomenal season with Newcastle. And
No, you mean Trippier.
Trippier. Yes.
Yeah.
Trippier. Yeah, not Tierney.
Tierney's...
Kieran
No,
Trippier,
he's a
the
good
right
lad.
back at
Yeah,
Newcastle.
Kieran
Right?
Trippier's quality, man.
Yeah, he had a
Yes.
good season. And
Even that Bruno Gomes guy. Oof.
yes,
Oh, the number
great
6
season.
He comes out in pockets though. For me, he lacks a little bit of consistency. He doesn't like what he does one game, he will go sleeping for like a couple of games and then wake up 2-3 games and then go sleep. He's not as consistent.
But you know, it's the
Same
difference
as Miguel,
between
yeah.
them. Who?
Miguel, the winger.
Almiron.
Oh,
Yeah,
Almiron.
Almiron. Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
you will have like hot game and then the next
Yeah,
game is
but
just like
he started the season hot and then
went down.
yeah.
But
So
Bruno's
I
the
would've-
difference.
If he continued his early season form across the season, I'd call Almiron easily for player of the season because he had such a hot start, but he really whimpered away come the World Cup. By the time the World Cup came, Almiron disappeared. But I think for me, it would have to be either Saka or Martin Odegaard. But I think Martin Odegaard had a stunning season.
Yeah.
And it just reminds me how excited I was about him because when he was a 15-year-old playing in Norway, there were rumors of him joining Manchester United. I was watching videos of this 15-year-old on YouTube.
Yeah.
And he was tearing adults apart on the pitch. And then he went to Real Madrid
And then benched.
and then benched.
Yeah, I know, but yeah. Saka went a bit towards the end.
after
Yeah,
the World
he
Cup, I
was-
think I was not firing in all cylinders after the World Cup, actually.
But I think also because, well, I suppose like 90% of the City squad went to the World Cup, right?
Man United had the most players in the World Cup in English football. Man United had the most representatives in the World Cup.
Except for Martial.
Is he leaving?
He should.
I know he's gotta go.
I think he needs to go.
Surely it's time for him,
it's time.
for his
Yeah.
sake. But I think Man United could benefit from him sitting on the bench a little more. I don't think, like, he's a quality player. Why would you not want him in the squad? Like, if he stays injury-free for a whole season, because he had a spell this season of like 3 games or 4 games where he looked a player. But if he stays injury-free as a backup, he's good for Man United. So from Man United's perspective, I think he's worth keeping. But from his perspective, he should be looking elsewhere.
I think
for
he
him.
should just call it quits. You guys sent him on loan to Sevilla, right? Or was it?
Sevilla?
Yes.
Hey, but I watched Isak when he was playing at Real Sociedad. Yo, that guy's quality, man.
He's a player.
He's a player, bro. Isak, I think he's gonna tear it up next year.
I think
Let's see. It depends who the personnel that Eddie Howe will get to be his support structure.
Yeah, and also playing Champions League, it's gonna take a toll on some
You
of the
think
players.
Longstaff is going to help you win the league?
Plus, I think next season's going to be a harder season.
You
than
reckon?
this season. Yeah. I think Chelsea are back. I think for me, I'll already predict Chelsea top 4. I'll already put them
Then
top
who
4.
drops out?
That's the hard one. Probably Newcastle. You have to imagine.
Yeah, no, they can't do. They won't be able to do Champions League and the league.
With the money they have.
But can I tell you something else? I think another team also drops out of the top 4 next season.
Man United
Or Arsenal. One of the two.
or City.
Yeah, because Liverpool's back.
No, not City. Because
Liverpool.
Yeah, Liverpool.
Yeah,
You know
back.
we're talking about like now, who's your player of the season? Nobody mentioned.
Yeah, but they're
any
getting-
Liverpool
but
player.
But that's
getting-
where you haven't mentioned a single Chelsea player, and they've got quality players in that team.
Liverpool is getting.
They already have him.
Alex McAllister.
They already
Yes.
have him.
They signed already, I think, eh?
Yeah. So they're beefing up the midfield because the midfield is a bit old.
Yeah,
now.
they need to replace
So if they do
Henderson.
Keita, I think is it Milner who's gone as well?
Milner is gone as well.
Yes.
Oh, Milner's gone.
Yeah,
Where did he go?
Going to Brighton, I think, eh?
Milner.
Yeah, I think that
I think
it
it's
does
going to
look like Brighton.
And he's gonna be a different player.
He keeps on reinventing that guy.
What do you think
Actually,
about
speaking of Brighton, another player worth mentioning, Matoma.
Matoma? Yeah.
Matoma is good, yeah.
No, Brighton all across the board. Even Casado.
Yes.
I said, it's going
Apparently he's
actually.
rumored to be going to Arsenal.
No. It's either Chelsea or Arsenal. But yeah, one of those teams.
Well, Graham Potter's not there, so.
Are Chelsea going to be allowed to sign players? They spent 600 million. Like, who's telling Barcelona to stop spending money and letting Chelsea still spend more money? I feel like someone's mom needs to come in and say, hey, you're spending too much. I'm cutting you off. Phone the bank. Cancel that card.
Do you think it's a good idea for Chelsea because they're selling Kovacic? Do you think it's a good idea?
To City. Yeah, to City, yeah.
I think that's a complete footballer. You
like
don't get rid
Mateo
of that guy,
Kovacic.
especially if you are rebuilding.
I like him. I agree with you. But they brought in the Argentinian from Benfica, who's
what's his name?
Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez.
Enzo,
yeah.
yes. They paid over like 100
100
million.
million.
Yeah.
For him.
Listen, Benfica is a money printing club.
Benfica is Sporting.
The only Portuguese who make more money than South African Portuguese are at Benfica.
That's funny. Is it a big team in Portugal?
Benfica is the biggest team in Portugal. Benfica and Porto are the two biggest teams in Portugal.
So which one is bigger though?
Benfica is slightly bigger because they've won European championships. Eusebio played for them, and they're in the capital city, Lisbon. Whereas Porto from the north, they're a big team. They won the Champions League with Mourinho, of course, as well. And I think Benfica is a slightly bigger side of the two.
And we're Sporting in those.
Sporting's probably third on the list, but
It's like a
far
Mamelodi
behind-
Sundowns.
Wow.
Like far behind Chiefs and Pirates. The same sort of thing in terms of the
Oh, but I'm excited for next season. Man United is back, gents. We are back.
That's what you're hoping for.
I'm telling you, we're back. I trust in Ten Hag.
But the thing is, like Marco was saying, everybody's going to be back next season.
They still have to prove it, bro. He's done it. He's proven it. Those other teams, Liverpool still have to prove it. Chelsea still have to prove it.
I think the Klopp effect. What
I'm more
happened
afraid of Liverpool than any other club next season.
Klopp is...
No, he needs a rebuild. He needs a rebuild.
Klopp. Remember the Klopp at Borussia?
Yeah.
Where he was on a high and he was threatening Bayern and whatever. And then towards the end, he fizzled off. This is his fizzle off.
Can I
You
tell you
reckon
what
he's-
I attribute that to? You know, Klopp's total football style, the push,
yes. Rock and roll.
rock and roll football. I think Klopp's teams ran out of legs. I think he ends players' whole careers. I think they overrun. I think they do too many. I think the muscles die.
Because
I
Salah
think
is
he
not the
ends-
Salah that we know Salah to be.
Yeah, and it
The
doesn't
only
have
person
depth.
who looks like super sub. The only person who looks like they still have it is a little bit of Virgil and Trent. The rest gone.
But Trent can't defend.
Well, we know.
But we've known that for a while.
Bro, you're right, eh? Look at Mane.
I think, and look, Mane's aged. He's not so young. So maybe his style of football, maybe any club, Mane would have suffered at this point. But I think that Klopp's teams run out of legs. I think they run out of legs eventually. So maybe they might disappear, but hey, they might hit back. Look how they finished this season. They finished strong.
No, they finished strong.
very
But maybe everybody else around them was not as good.
If you look in the EPN, the last 10 games of any season gives you a good indication of what the next season is going to be like. So, like,
Bar
if you look
Arsenal.
at...
Because last season we finished crap.
But if
But
you look at
started like a
Aston
house on
Villa,
fire.
there's also Aston Villa, who finished off very, very strong.
Brighton?
Brighton as well. But Brighton, they're going to lose all the big players. Like, they're all going to go.
But the
But
thing
they
with
seem
them
to
is
know how to replace them.
they like a Borussia Dortmund. They lose the big players, but for some odd reason, they are able to go.
We said the same thing about Leicester City. They're relegated.
But Leicester, come on, if you still have Jamie Vardy, come on.
Yeah, I think Brendan stayed too long there.
Yeah, I did.
And Brendan stayed too long.
Yeah, I think he stayed too
Leeds, they got Big Sam too late.
4 games. And 2 of those games were Newcastle and Manchester City. What do
Exactly.
you expect?
Shit, that's crazy. That's like deja vu. You said the exact same thing in the exact same tone last week.
I believe in it.
I wanted to ask you, The new Spurs coach. Does anybody know him?
The guy from Celtic.
Yeah.
Postecoglou.
He's Australian, is he not?
He's Greek. He's a Greek immigrant, but was raised in Australia.
Okay, cool. Look, he won a treble.
Yeah, do you think so he's going to win trophies with Spurs? Of course.
I see. Of course he's gonna.
No one can win trophies with Spurs.
I'm just giving you his CV.
What's that mean? We don't do that here. Do you think when he shows up at Spurs, they're gonna be like, he's gonna show up at Spurs? Okay, guys, this is how we won the league last, and then they're gonna say, we don't do that here. We don't do that here. This is how you win trophies. We don't do that here.
Don't come here with all that, bro.
Not sure.
He was playing against Hearts and Rangers. Like Steven Gerrard went to
Rangers.
And he won the league.
And we saw how good he was at Aston Villa.
Even Brendan
Rodgers.
There's another one.
What do you think, Super Sub? What do you think about? Do you know this guy?
Yeah, I've read about him. I don't know him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What kind of football does he play?
Nah,
I don't know much about
Spurs football. We don't do that here.
Look,
I think he's going to be the first to get fired from the big teams.
I think they'll probably stick with him. But I think if Harry Kane goes, which we think he's going to,
Yes.
if Harry Kane goes, I don't even think Spurs will get a top 10.
Sure.
I think if Harry goes, Son is also going.
So you see,
For his sake, I hope he does.
No, Son will become the star.
Yeah, but a star of a team placed 12th, like Chelsea.
Bro, if I was Spurs, I would have gone. Who's the Aston Villa coach?
Unai Emery.
Yeah.
But I don't
would've
know.
got
Remember,
him
I
in there.
tweeted this on some, like, when the season started. They shouldn't have. Oh no, was I talking about? No, it was Chelsea. Sorry, I thought Chelsea should have actually started when Thomas left. Instead of getting Graham Potter, they should have actually gotten Unai Emery. They would be in a better place right now.
Yeah.
I think so.
English media sold Potter very well. Yes.
But I think, I said this last time, I think that when the sanctions against Roman, we almost forget that was this season, that Chelsea suffered because of the sanctions from the war.
When did Todd buy Chelsea? Was it beginning of the season or
It was during the season, but it was the first half of the season still.
Oh.
And it seems really long ago. It seems like last season that
actually
Chelsea went.
feels
It
like
feels
that,
like
yeah.
it, right? But it was
Ronaldo
still
was
this
still
season.
at
Ronaldo was
Carrington.
still looking for a jacuzzi.
So I think that Chelsea. It's hard to criticize Graham Potter because of this. For this, even Frank Lampard. It's Lampard's record. It's funny to joke about, but I think that Chelsea will be back next season. I think a lot of it was out of their hands.
I don't think they will make top 4.
with Chelsea.
Yeah.
Under Poch.
Let's go now. Super
Top
Sub,
4.
Your top 4.
City.
Obvious. You would say that.
No, I mean let's be honest.
If there's a single one of us here who doesn't say City, we
Don't cream you.
Wait for my turn.
But we know how yours goes. It's the other way around.
But I say Crystal Palace. Okay, cool. Your top 4.
City, United, Arsenal, and Liverpool.
Woo!
Interesting. Yeah. You, Marco?
Manchester City, Manchester United, because Manchester's the city for football, clearly. FA Cup final, Carabao Cup final, Champions League, most Premier League trophies. So the 2 Manchester clubs will be up there.
Okay.
I think Arsenal and Chelsea, and I think they'll be run close by Liverpool.
Ooh, it's a tough one, man. Okay, obviously Man City, Man U.
Obviously,
Yeah.
Man City, Man U. Man City, obviously, I understand.
I'm going for Liverpool.
Third,
Newcastle.
no Arsenal.
Arsenal.
No, he's doing it on purpose.
No. Now I can tell you, Arsenal teams would have figured them out by next year.
Because they did actually in the latter part of the season.
Do you change that perspective if some signings come in?
Like
for
Declan
Arsenal?
Rice.
Like Declan Rice.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Does that change? Because I think this, like you were still saying, are you sure Man United's guaranteed top 4? If they sign Harry Kane, are you guaranteeing Man United top 4? Because I'm not
If they sign Harry Kane and get a keeper, I say they're fighting for the title.
I think Harry Kane in that Man United squad are fighting for a title.
And I think Arsenal are burnt out, man. I don't think they can do what they did this year. They didn't even think they could do it. It was a fluke.
It was not a fluke.
It was. Bro.
I think Arsenal are top 4 next season for me. I think they're a good side.
They're not
I think
gonna
they've
make
got
it.
good players. I think they're top 4, but I don't think they're gonna do
Bro,
a title.
they're fragile. One injury to Saliba, fucked.
But there was no backup.
But that's what I'm saying. They volatile.
Like
they're fragile.
Marcos say, there is the transfer window that's opening now. If you go into the market and make sure that you actually get
Declan Rice.
amongst other people to get like squad depth, because Arsenal does not have squad depth.
Yeah, but bro, there's a difference between signings and performance. You can
Okay.
make all the signings in the world. Who made like great signings and everybody thought they were going to do well?
Nottingham
Spurs.
Even
When they were
Nottingham
buying-
Forest.
They bought Besuma. They were buying Perisic. They were buying all these guys, and everyone is like, Spurs is gonna push.
Lamela as well.
Lamela. No, Lamela. They said
Sevilla.
is in Sevilla.
He's winning.
But they
he's
bought like
winning
they had a good
trophies.
window.
Yeah, but he's from Spurs, isn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah, but they had
he
a
had to
good
leave
window.
Spurs to win a trophy.
Mr. Rabona.
Yeah, Mr. Rabon.
Yeah.
But they had a good window in terms of signings. But on the field, it wasn't the same. So I'm saying, Uri, Arsenal is one injury away from it collapsing. So like, for example, if next season, first game, Saliba is injured for the rest of the season, your season's fucked.
Or Odegaard.
Or Odegaard.
But that's what I'm saying. Because it is the transfer window now, you go out, you get personnel that you know that, okay,
It doesn't mean they're going to play well, bro.
But I think for me, the way I'll describe this is I honestly have more confidence in Arsenal's transfer window because of the system behind the club, because of how well it's been working since Edu came
through,
in.
yes.
And amongst other people, the structure of the club is telling me that this window won't be wasted. I think Arteta's got a good relationship with the sporting director. That
Yes.
good relationship carries out onto the field, and I think it will happen again next season. So I'm very confident in Arsenal finishing top
And
4.
Kroenke's son, what's his name? He seems to give like Edu the
Carte blanche.
free will, carte blanche. Like go out, get whoever you want to get.
Yeah, so maybe we should ask no signings as things stand.
Yeah, as things stand.
Okay, as things stand.
Where we're looking.
Because now
My answers sort of stay the same, I think.
Yeah,
as
mine
things
stays the same.
stand.
Okay, cool. As things stand, I say City.
No,
No, I mean like
they're
Top
going to
4.
get top 4.
yeah.
no
It's
way.
a bold call.
No, City.
No,
as in-
because now I want to bet against City finishing in the top 4 because you've said they're going to be there.
Go Crystal Palace.
Brighton. I kid. City. I think City will be there. Man United will be there. Newcastle will be there. And Arsenal. I don't think Chelsea and Liverpool are going to make top 4 next season.
So that the current top 4.
Basically.
Yeah. And say, what signings are you really expecting? Are we expecting Chelsea to really go into the market now? I don't
who
think
do
they can.
Who to buy who?
So I think they've already made the signing of the season for them, like the best signing they could, and that's Pochettino.
Yeah.
I think that's the best they could have done. The best thing they could have done is
Who's the
get a top.
Ukrainian boy? Is he ever going to score a goal?
What were they calling him? 007. 0 goals, 0 assists, 7 games.
7-year contract.
Arsenal actually dodged the bullet.
No, I think he would have. He's a quality player. He's one of those players who would have needed confidence. And if he came into that Arsenal side who was free scoring, I think he would have looked a different player.
I wanted to ask you this. I was thinking about this watching the Europa League final. Why are Spanish teams so dominant in cup competitions?
Well, Sevilla, for some reason, win the Europa League all the time. It's like the trophy was made for them.
Real Madrid as well.
And I don't know what it is. I don't know why they are so dominant in European football. Maybe their league is less physically strenuous. So when it comes to the business end of a tournament,
They still have the legs.
They still have the legs. Maybe it's less physically strenuous than the Premier League, which we've seen in the stats. The Premier League's the most strenuous league in the world. So for English teams to be in the business end of a Champions League and the business end of a Europa League, I think it's harder.
And if you think about it, if you look at the past 10 years, I think only Chelsea have won a European, well, Chelsea and Man United, because you guys beat...
With Mourinho, you won the Europa.
Yes.
Ajax. We beat Ten Hag.
Yes. With Zlatan.
And you beat him like, come this side.
Actually, before, we probably were going to forget this thing. 41 years old. Zlatan, just like
Swedish hero.
I know.
But he had a bad injury this season that we thought ended his career, and he came back and kicked the ball around a little bit and said, I'm done.
Legend.
What a player.
What a player, man. I mean, I think obviously everyone will make fact that he never won a Champions League.
True. I mean, the real R9 never won a Champions League.
You know? But in terms of like, what a player, man. Like a true number 9 to the sense that I believe in. He's like right up there with one of the best.
That man scored judo goals, man.
For me, what I love about him is you'd never expect a guy that big to be so good with the ball.
Acrobatic.
Yeah.
And skillful. Big lad. Quicker than he looks.
Remember the goal against England?
That's the bicycle kick. What a goal. Look, Zlatan, the character of Zlatan Ibrahimovic, the audacity of Zlatan Ibrahimovic off the pitch came out on the pitch.
Yeah, you could back it up.
I will try it. I will. His first kick of a ball in America, in Major League Soccer, the ball bounces, he just volleys it back. Audacity.
Do you know he
Audacious.
took out an ad in the New York Times, I think, or the LA Times?
Oh, yeah. To say
about his arrival.
He took his own ad himself.
Zlatan has arrived or something.
Oh, man.
Insane.
If I can just get a dose of his confidence.
I'm looking forward to all of the quotes this week coming. We're going to see it on
that was
social media.
very
More
funny.
quotes.
You said it earlier with the which team was he playing against? You actually sent it in the group earlier on, man.
Oh, no, that's not the one that I'm talking about. The one that I saw, actually, they said when Zlatan left home to play as a 17-year-old, he said to his dad, listen, you're the man of the house now.
That sounds like Zlatan.
Oh, snap. And I was actually supposed to bring the book. I don't know where my book is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've been wanting that book for a while. Eh?
Dude.
Yeah, no, what
What
a
a
career.
guy.
Where do you rank him?
I think
Number 9's top 5. No, top 3 actually.
I rank him as the unluckiest player in world football to have been born and play football in the generation of Messi and Ronaldo. Because he would have won a Ballon d'Or or 2 or 3 if he didn't come through.
And he was born in a wrong country as well, because he would have probably won a World Cup.
If he was Spanish or...
Who reminds you of Zlatan? Who's like the new Zlatan now?
Haaland.
And they both Scandinavian actually.
Yeah.
But Haaland doesn't have the skill, man. That guy could do things.
But Haaland has other abilities that Zlatan can't score the goals in the way that...
And they're the same manager.
Mino.
Mino Raiola, yeah.
Well, the late Mino.
And the late Mino,
Yes.
yeah.
I think there's only one Zlatan.
I haven't seen a
There's only
Zlatan.
one Zlatan.
I haven't seen a new one yet.
But if you are to choose someone who's as close to him,
It'll be Haaland, yeah.
It will be Haaland.
Yeah, it'll be Haaland right now, yeah.
But I get where you're coming from in terms of the skill. Like, do you remember the goal he scored when he played for Ajax?
Yo!
just tore them apart.
Yes. How old was he? 21, 22?
Somewhere there.
Even.
Not even. I don't even
I
think
think
he was
he
in
was
his
19
he was,
or
he was
something.
he was still a teen.
Yeah.
No, that was quality.
Because I think when he was 21, he already went.
Yo.
Zlatan.
Yeah, you are
Zlatan's
a
a legend.
huge fan of Zlatan.
No, I'm a big fan of Zlatan.
So let's see how his son does in AC Milan.
Oh, his son is at AC Milan?
His son's at AC Milan.
It doesn't always translate. Eh? Zidane has got he had his son at Real Madrid and never kicked the ball.
Rooney's son is at Man City or
Man United. But he's very young.
Yeah.
Kai is very young. But let's see. What would have been the best thing to see is to have Zlatan Ibrahimovic's son be promoted to the AC Milan first team next season
And then they win
and
the
have
Champions League.
Zlatan stay. I would have loved to see the two of them on the pitch. Ibrahimovic and Ibrahimovic on the same pitch. That would have been the best seal for Zlatan's career.
Who did that at, I think it was AC Milan, where you had, or one of the Italian teams where father and son played in the same team.
Well, I know that Maldini,
Could have been Maldini.
Maldini's grandfather, Paolo Maldini's father and his son have all played for AC Milan. So it's 3 generations have played for AC Milan, but have they played at the same time as each other? I don't remember. I don't know.
I'm not sure about that.
But it's fine. Alejandro Garnacho is going to do it because he's 18 years old and he's just popping babies out there. It is so. Or Raheem Sterling might do it as well because these guys are having
Yeah, those guys. I saw Harry. I think he's got like 4 as well. Eh? Yeah. Harry Kane.
Yeah.
Does Saka have babies?
No. I don't think so. Eh?
He's a lady blue.
Yeah, well, that's why they Kim Kardashian through his whole season.
Anyway, locally. Sorry. Oh, we are neglecting local football. Cape Town Spurs.
It's my time for a refill. Let me go get a refill.
Can you bring me one as well?
Wow, ice boy. You become an ice boy now.
You are the ice boy now. Cape Town Spurs beating Maritzburg.
I am so happy about that, and I'll tell you why.
Not 1 foot per se, because
There's still a few games.
Yeah, they still need to play Keswick because
Yeah, there's 2 games left for each.
And they have to play Maritzburg again.
Yes.
but I think if they win their next game and just make sure that they draw against Maritzburg, they should be good.
Yeah, no, I'm happy about that. And I am of a notion that if you finish 15th, just bounce. Why are you getting a second bite of the cherry? And I hope that Cape Town Spurs, in the return leg, they beat Maritzburg.
Because they're playing Keswick at home.
Yeah, if they win against Castrick, I mean, it's almost sealed for them. Because they're going to have to just play for a draw against Maritzburg.
Cape Town City.
No, Cape Town Spurs.
Spurs.
Can I still call them Ajax Cape Town?
When we thought we were coming right with him.
We can't call them Ajax Cape Town because the naming rights have been taken away.
Yeah, because I mean, Ajax is no longer have the stake that they had in the team.
They're
They
not
sold,
affiliated
I
with the
think,
team anymore.
Yeah, I think
Is
it's.
Ari still the owner of the
I'm
Estafio?
not too sure.
Estafio, is that how you say it? No, that's Greek. Sorry, you Portuguese. Yeah.
But yeah, Cape Town Spurs, they need to come up. They deserve it.
Sean Bartlett, big ups to him.
Losing it out on the last day of the league, it's hard so. You know, I mean, he needed to win that game and then, yeah, they didn't win. And I think he had worked hard with that team. That's what I'm saying. Sean Bartlett deserve it. Fazlu can take down Maritzburg. He can bring them up if he's that good.
If he wants,
They must just bounce. You finish 15, go.
he must be gift of the givers.
You-
It's fine. The owners will just buy another club.
It's easy like that. I heard there's another team on PSL that's for sale, guys.
Hey man, like I said, ONSIDE must just go buy a team, guys. Can't we put money together? Mama, 50 million in Yana, just go buy a team. Marco will be the sporting director. You see, he's even dressed for the job.
Wishful thinking.
Yeah, I know.
So why not?
Yeah, look, I think from I think Captain Spec needs to come back. That's it.
Okay, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
The Banyana squad was announced, the preliminary squad for the World Cup. And I told you the World Cup is in August last week.
Yeah, you did say. It's the only thing that you got right. That's
We got load shedding. Are we still on?
We're still on.
we still are on.
Yeah. We're still on. Preliminary squad. But obviously it's 36, I think. And then it's obviously going to be cut down to 23 with 3 extras and. What's that noise? Can you hear that?
It's an inverter.
It's
You can close that door. We won't hear it anymore.
Ice boy, it's working.
Translation.
Champions
Ice Ball
League.
left the door open. That's what he was saying.
Champions League prediction.
I'm still lost. What are we predicting?
You need to tell him what is an ice boy so that he gets it. Oh, poor Marco.
Sorry.
You still lost like Man United. Champions League prediction.
I wanted to be Inter, but it's going to be Man City, man. They're just going to find a way to win.
90 minutes
Even
or
if it's
extra time?
90 minutes. Even if it's 0-0 70, they'll go in Mahrez, Alvarez, and then
Yeah, there's just so much depth there.
For you, Marco?
Manchester City win. The thing is, Italian sides can park the bus and they can defend, but Manchester City plays against the team parking the bus every week.
Yeah.
This is the only way you can play against them. And they're used to it and they still cut a team open. Kevin De Bruyne is too good. Erling Haaland is too good.
Bernardo.
Bernardo
is showing,
Silva.
yo.
You remember what I was saying?
them.
Jack Grealish, I wouldn't play in the final because it looks like he's been having a few drinks since the FA Cup final. I'm not sure he's going to be
Yeah,
all
he didn't
right
have a
for
good
the-
game on Saturday.
No, he got thrown off by the handball.
You reckon?
Yeah, after the handball, he was not the same. He
I
changed.
suppose you might be onto
So then he
something
mustn't
there.
handball. Must.
That wasn't a handball, man. Jeez.
Well, Foden is there, you can feel
The
it.
rules is the rules.
Foden, they're still Foden. Oh my goodness. You guys are stacked, eh?
Stacked.
And that's why I'm saying, whoever is going to rival City, they need to go and have 3 players per position.
No, not necessarily. We keep
Or 2.
We keep saying this. All we have to do is just beat the other teams. That's all.
Oh, you need to beat City as well.
Hey, Arsenal came very close against the good Man City side. It can happen, but it won't happen because Man City is very good.
Yeah, aren't you going to talk about Hazard?
Hazardinho.
At 32, what does he do? I mean,
He's retiring.
is he? At 32,
Let's
what
see.
does he? Ah, man.
Let's see.
Well,
But he should retire. He's
But he can go to
He
MLS.
should have never gone to Real Madrid. He should have stayed at Chelsea.
But the jacuzzis.
And they paid him probably 10 million to go.
But once in a while, there's players like Hazard that come. Like Ben Arfa, if you remember him.
Hatim Ben.
Tarabat.
Adel Taarabt.
Adel Tarabat.
He played for what's that team that was owned by the guy? Oh,
QPR.
QPR. Oh,
Yeah.
he was.
There's guys like
Adel
that that come.
Taarabt. Adel Taarabt was a fun
He
player.
was
Yeah.
a marvel.
Rafael Morrison was a problem player in Man United's youth squad. He won that FA Youth Cup with Paul Pogba and Jesse
Yeah.
Lingard. Rafael Morrison was said to be the most talented player to ever be in a Man United academy. Then he played a little at West Ham. He played a little
Yeah, he
Queen's
had
Park
a
Rangers. He played a little
terrible career,
played a
yeah.
little in France, whatever, and was the most talented player, but nothing.
Nasri as well. Yeah?
No, but he did it at Man City, man.
Nasri had a good,
Yeah.
2 seasons at Man City.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. Like,
And then Torres?
Which Torres?
Fernando Torres.
Nah, he won a World Cup, guys.
Fernando Torres is a great for Liverpool. He just moved to Chelsea at the wrong time, I guess.
He just
I
made a
don't know.
bad move. But what I'm saying
I know
with
he won the
Hazard,
Champions League with Chelsea.
Yeah, because Hazard had a
He
good
scored
season
against Barcelona.
He did.
but with Hazard, there are those guys that are just talented, but they're lazy.
Oh, you in that?
He
Okay, in
even
that.
looks a little bit overweight, Hazard, at the moment. Hasn't he?
Hazard with the mentality of
he's-
Ronaldo.
He's actually not once
What
looked
was he
in
eating
shape
there
in
in
a Real
Spain?
Madrid.
Jeez, man.
Sorry, what?
What's he eating in Spain? Paella. Too much paella in Madrid.
You're saying?
Spending too much
No,
time
but
in
I
Ibiza.
agree. It's like you're saying, he's actually not looked in shape in a Real Madrid shirt at all, Hazard.
He's never since he
The
joined.
Hazard of
Chelsea.
Chelsea, you is gone.
Yeah.
The Hazard that helped Chelsea, I think they won the Europa, and they won the. He was there in the Champions League win, right?
Which Hazard?
Eden
Sorry, man, I
Hazard.
wasn't listening there. I wasn't listening to you.
Eden Hazard.
Torsten Hazard. His brother, Torsten Hazard.
Wasn't he a Chelsea player?
Yeah.
Or signed by Chelsea?
Yeah.
And sent
Then
out
he
on
went to
loan?
Dortmund.
Then he went to
or-
Dortmund. Yeah.
But I think it was a favor. Hazard was such an important player to Chelsea at the time. It was like, my little brother's looking for a team. Come.
Sign him.
Sign him.
Shame, man.
It was sort of like how when they let the players' kids on the pitch for the last game of the season, let them go score a goal.
But
So
that's
they
why you gotta
retired.
respect Zlatan and
Your Ronaldos.
Messi's and
He
you know,
used to torment Arsenal.
longevity.
If you think of a few players, Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi obviously are the standout. The quality level that they played at from teenagers
Yeah.
to their late 30s has been phenomenal. But after that, you have to look at players like Wayne Rooney, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. For them to have been as consistently good as they were for such a long period of time.
Even Milner in there, bro.
Gianluigi
Even
Buffon.
Milner.
Well, Buffon.
Yo,
Buffon's still playing, you know that?
Yeah, in Serie B.
Yeah.
Isn't he getting promoted? Isn't he? I think he's going to play Serie A next year.
What a story that would be.
I think even Fabregas is in Serie B.
No, Fabregas is a youth coach at Arsenal.
No, man, he's in Serie
Didn't he play
B.
Serie B last season? or
Let me be a
something?
fact checker for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check there.
Fabregas was working with Jack Wilshere as coaches for the youth teams at Arsenal, guys.
He's playing in Serie B with the team that he has shares in.
Okay, I am now going to look up the Buffon issue as well.
Yeah, Buffon is also in Serie B. He's playing for Parma.
Because that's where he started his
Yeah.
career, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he started there.
Check Fabregas.
Yeah, he was the most expensive goalkeeper in the world all the way up until
The Chelsea guy.
the Man City goalkeeper.
Oh, Edison.
No,
Edison, wasn't it?
Thingy, Mino's client, the one who's at PSG, another Gianluigi.
Donnarumma.
Donnarumma. There we go.
Yeah, but I'm saying he was like from the 90s
For-
when
yeah,
Buffon
for a long
went to
time.
Juve.
Yes.
It was that long before a goalkeeper went for that money again. That's how
Yeah,
expensive he was.
Okay,
at the
so Fabregas is actually playing for Italian Serie B club.
See, this is why you
Como.
need me. This is why you need me.
Okay, no more Mukhodu Monday.
Don't book my club on a Monday. No, you saw him in your dreams at Arsenal. It's understandable.
I kid you not, he was there.
Most probably.
He was. I saw him with Jack Wilshere. I saw him. Who's another one who's also a talent that just fizzled out? I don't know how.
There's a long list,
Like
man.
Oscar. Yes, I was so disappointed.
Oscar wanted money, chief.
Yeah, you can't blame him. He wanted money.
Hey,
dog.
but that's Brazilians for you, eh? No
No, but
loyalty to any
football-
club, nothing like that.
Football for them is work.
Yeah, for sure. If you look at Neymar.
It's the only career in the world where people aren't gonna give you trouble for taking the best salary offer.
That's
Yeah.
true. Look at
Like Benzema.
If I'm
at Benzema.
if I'm an attorney and I go anywhere in the world and I'm gonna go work for them because they're gonna pay me the most money, everyone will be like, okay.
You look
But
like
when you-
one tonight. Anyway, you look like an attorney.
Well, I need to be the attorney who's spying one of the PSL clubs for ONSIDE ZA.
ONSIDE ZA, we're going to... What's the word I'm looking for? We're going to strive to buy a PSL team.
Manifest, my boy. Manifest.
Let's start a
Then
fun club.
We're going to have Marco as our director of football.
MacG on the ones and twos.
Yeah.
MacG would be the stadium announcer. Ghost Guy will coach the... Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how the structures go. But anyway, thank you very much for joining us. Welcome back. Thank you very much.
Thank
it was
you,
nice
man. I missed
having
it,
you.
man. It was dope. It was dope.
Marco, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mzwara.
Danko.
Hey, have people recognize you now on the street?
All the time now.
For real?
No.
Wait till we get more views. Don't know.
Ah,
It's
we're
coming.
pushing,
Yeah,
we're pushing,
it's
we're
coming. It's coming.
But gents, nice one. It's been good. We'll be back again next week, same time, same place, right here, ONSIDE. Make sure that you don't go offside.
Danko.
Nice. Awesome. That was dope, man.